The Faculty of Social Science, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, on Thursday, 21st April 2022, held a public forum to enlighten the public on the electronic levy and its implications on the economy under the theme E-Levy and its implications, multidisciplinary perspective. The Dean of the Faculty, Professor Sister Eugenia Ampofo, in her welcome address, highlighted that due to the differences in public reactions, electronic technicalities, as well as legalities, among others, associated with the new tax introduced, it was imperative for the faculty, which is endowed with eminent scholars, to provide them the opportunity to share their expert views on the e-levy and its likely effects.
The social, economic, and political atmosphere in the country was stirred when the government decided to introduce the e-levy legislation, which would pave the way for government to mobilize revenue from electronic transactions conducted in the country. This has led to various and different reactions in the different parts of the country, generating debates on electronic and other social networks, as well as political platforms.
These experts were to give the economical, technical, political, and legal implications of the policy. The Provost of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, Professor Charles Ofosumafu, who also served as the chair for the forum, acknowledged the importance of the discourse for economic growth and development, as the e-levy has given birth to different views on all sectors of the economy. He also used the platform as an opportunity to congratulate the Faculty of Social Science on its 50th anniversary celebration. Speaking from the economic perspective, Professor Eric Fosu-Otiabeye traced the birth of the e-levy from the wide fiscal gap created by the COVID-19 pandemic and other government expenditures, which requires raising domestic revenue to close the gap.
Now, the subject today is e-levy. E-levy is what? It is a tax. The reason why government has rolled out the e-levy, as we all know, is to close up its budget deficit. That is, government has expenditures to make, but then it needs sources of revenue to cover these expenditures. And the gap between the expenditure and the revenue is what we call the fiscal deficit. Now, due to the challenges before COVID-19 and the COVID-19 itself, and even now the war that is going on, government has piled up, and I mean here globally, governments have piled up debts. And these debts need to be serviced. And because of high levels of inflation and the prices that are rising, the costs of servicing these debts seem to be going high and high. And governments have been advised that it will be better to start looking inward. In this case, try to raise domestic revenue.
According to him, the e-levy will affect households and individuals, the goods, labor, and financial markets in particular, stating that it may even serve as a grounds for people to return to the cash and carry economy. Dr. Najim Yusuf, who focused his talk on how the e-levy implementation could be achieved, identified the major loophole being the problem of accounting. He emphasized that the successes of the policy heavily relies on technological preparedness and how dynamic the policy will be in response to the reaction of the general public.
Looking at the nature of the tax, it's not physical tax that we are collecting in cash. These are going to be deducted electronically, not on physical platform, electronic platform. So the sources of the e-levy is going to be based on our leveraging the advantage of IT. No doubt about that.
Dr. Juliana Abani, a development management and policy expert, directed a forum towards the political and public policy implications of the issue. According to her, political economic factors play a major role in the imposition of the e-levy in Ghana, and it is inherently political and affects social economy. Politically, she said, the e-levy will impact the social-cultural relations, the poor people in the economy, and even the development of the financial sector.
Vulnerable groups are those who use the mobile money system. And so because of that, it's likely that these groups of people, especially women, informal businesses, small farmer or smallholder farmers, and young people are going to be affected more.
Mr. Daniel Bewo from the Faculty of Law gave the legal perspective of the e-levy. In his delivery, he gave insights on the e-levy, focusing on the transactions that will attract the tax as provided in the e-levy provision. He also identified major loopholes of the tax and how citizens can legally evade the tax. The forum served as grounds for the staff, students of the university community, and the general public to be educated and gain expert academic and technical views on the implications of the e-levy on the economy.